Ollie here. What an exhausting day. Finally got the pond fully dug out yesterday, and then it's been a very busy day doing all of the plumbing and things. So first off, I'll throw in a time lapse of the dig happening, and then I will give you a run through of everything that's gone on so far and how things are progressing. Enjoy. Ollie here with a pond update. The hole was finally finished yesterday. That was a right mare and took about 5 weeks to get done in total. Let's not talk about that. So I'm having a guy who came here yesterday and came in on a 3-ton digger, which was hilarious because to go all through where the forest area is over there. And yeah, that was quite funny. So it's actually slightly wider and longer than anticipated. It's 10 foot in width, and it's actually now 18 foot in length rather than 16, which so they'll probably crack that down to an equal number when we do the block work. I put the bottom drains in and mark them up where they were going, so I split the pond into thirds effectively, and then the bottom drains then in the centre, and then I've then just concreted those in and made them level with each other. The issue that I've got is effectively the bottom floor isn't level, so 9 inches down this end here, down this very end here, is actually almost 12 or 13. Which is a huge amount, so I've had to completely raise this up quite a lot with two 2-inch patio slabs effectively, and then put some concrete around it, and I'll probably put some more around it once the first set is fully set. I've also had to put the shuttering in, which I'm just staking at the moment. I need to redo the stakes and I need to put quite a lot more in because I'm going to need to backfill here and down here to make sure that the cement or concrete, when it's poured, doesn't come running out into here. So I'm going to try to backfill this as much as possible up to the height that the concrete's going to go. So we've got 2 spin drifter drains with 4-inch PVC pressure pipe, which then runs straight down here, down to the end here where these swept bends are. What I use to weld them together is tangent. Now this stuff is absolutely fantastic, but word of advice, it sets in about 5 or 10 seconds. It's actually ridiculous. If we go back to where the bottom drains are, so here, if I zoom in, you can see here where the 4-inch comes in. It's perfectly flush. no issues whatsoever. Foolishly, the first piece that I did was this one here, which if I zoom in, you can see there's about just under a centimetre gap there. I was a bit stupid really. I put the tangent on the inside, and then I was then put it on the outside pipe and then tried to push it in together, and I couldn't really get it in much more than that, no pun intended. It's, yeah, that was a silly mistake, and so on every single other one, you pretty much put it on the inside only, push the pipe straight in, and it's basically set almost immediately. So the stuff's brilliant, but fuck me does it set quick. It was absolutely ridiculous. So these are actually set in thirds, so I split the pond down into thirds, and then these are then sat in the centre. This one here is ever so slightly off-centred. Reason being is because of the, if I just get in the pond a sec. Wow. Basically, reason being is how close this pipe work was to it. I was a little bit cautious, so it's ever so slightly, only we're talking like maybe 2 inches off centre compared to this one, and that's just so that there can be some rebar reinforcement that can go through. So yeah, so currently just staking this here so that I can then backfill it up. Hopefully this will hold relatively well, hoping, and then yeah, the garden's an absolute mess. The amount of stuff this digger took out is ridiculous. I think I seriously underestimated how much would come out, so I thought it'd be a great idea to level out the rear of the garden with it. So anyone who knows about fencing and things, you tend to know that there's normally sort of gravel boards that run like this all the way through. Okay, so I actually had to take these 2 panels out here to get the digger in. As you can see the shoddy repairs there, and the gravel boards I haven't put back in, but you can see how much this has raised the garden by an absolute ton. If I step down here, you might get a better idea. And then I've still got that to dispose of. There's about 6 foot's worth of soil on top of this, which is about already 1.5 foot. It's ridiculous. Fortunately there wasn't too much rubble, although the area that I decided to dig the pond was basically a soak away, so there's a fair amount. And then here, once this is all backfilled in and I've put some extra piping coming out of the ground, and we've done the block work, we'll probably then lay another slab that goes along here from roughly where this white line is over here to probably a little bit further, potentially to about here or so. So it will be about 6 foot wide and 12 foot in length. Unfortunately I can only go for 6 foot width for the filter house, because of this wall here, because this wall is built around this Scots pine, which is absolutely magnificent and massive, but it does have a TPO status on it. For people who don't know, a TPO status is a tree protection order, which means it's you can't do anything to it basically. Can't damage it in any way, can't chop it down, can't do anything. I quite like trees, but honestly that is in the bloody way. It's right in the middle of the garden. We're surrounded by this forest here, you know, even got this massive silver birch that's here as well, and yeah, and there's another horse chestnut down there which has a protected status as well, so which is a shame, but it is what it is and we'll make do with it. So effectively filter house probably going to run in line with this here, and then probably be about a about a foot or two gap between where the block work will come up. So in total, this is actually about 3 foot deep, although this end's actually a bit deeper. And so about a foot of concrete to then make it all level. So 9 inches, well, 9 down there, 13 here apparently. And then we'll have 2 foot's worth of block work that will run up. And then there'll be another 3 foot on top, so there'll be 3 foot actually above the ground. And that 3 foot within this part here, there's going to be a nice glass window. I think about sort of just under 2 meters, and the same will be said for this side here, where then there's also then going to be another 2 meter window, which would be quite nice. So yeah, it's been a lot of hard work so far. A lot more to go, and it looks like it's about to piss it down, so I think I'm gonna have to shoot. So thanks for hearing me ramble on. I look forward to updating you all once it's finished, or as I progress further, most likely after I've laid the concrete, which should be fun. So that's everything from me, and I'll see you all again soon.